What's going on, Hardcore Bully fam? We live late night at the Bully House, man. Hanging out with my boy Primo here. He getting ready to go to his forever home. Let me show it to you. Oh, that's my boy Primo. He getting ready to go to his forever home, so he's hanging out with me a little bit more, getting him some more personal training. I got this little interactive toy, man. These things here, bark and everything. But anyway, I'm gonna put him down there. He's getting ready to go to his new forever home. That brought up some questions. He is a 5-month-old American Bully puppy. And I've had this question a while, is why American Bully puppies are so expensive. So I kind of want to break down what it is you get when you go to a breeder for any dog. And hopefully within doing that, I'll be able to explain to you that it's just not just the American Bully that's expensive. It's any dog that comes from a breeder is going to be expensive. You can have a $50 Rottweiler and a $3,000 Rottweiler. You can have a $600 Doberman Pinscher and a $3,000 Doberman Pinscher. You can have a free German Shepherd, $5,000 German Shepherd. It depends on the quality of the dog. This being a new breed, the quality and the standards are supposed to be at a point where all of the dogs are at this level. And it's not just the dog's price that I'm saying, the supply and demand. I'm talking about what the breeder is doing to get the dog ready for you. And that's where the price comes from. He did a whole bunch of things to get you a good, healthy dog. One of the first things he did is he bred a certain couple of dogs. That means either he had a dog that he had 2 dogs to breed, or he had a dog, went and got a perfect stud for it. But somehow or another, he bred 2 dogs together to get the right quality of a puppy that will have the right health and structure to demand a certain price. He already did that in the breeding. After the breeding is complete, he did certain things with the mother prenatal to make sure that you had a healthy puppy. That costs money too. When the pup was born, he had to go to the veterinarian place and pay for a C-section to get the dog born. If you bought an American Bully, you had to pay for a C-section. If you bought an American Bully, if you bought a French Bulldog, if you bought a French Bulldog, if you bought an English Bulldog, any of those small ones, more likely they paid for a C-section. And even on some of the older brands, because it's easier on the moms, and the bigger breeders would do it anyway. I do it every single time because the American Bully inherently has water babies, and that's a baby that'll get stuck in the canal, and it'll mess up the whole birth and kill all the other puppies and may kill the mom. So I don't even trust. I don't tempt fate. I don't tempt fate. I just go ahead and pay for the C-section every time. So the breeder paid for the C-section. That cost me $1,200. Okay, so then he got the pups here for you. And he's already bought the pups because he paid for the C-section, all the prenatal stuff, the stud fee, paying for the dog that he has and keeping everybody going. He's already paid for the litter. He cannot give it to you free at this point. Now, the guy down the street can give it to you free because he didn't do nothing. The dog is sitting out there in his backyard. He's feeding the table scraps. Dog down the street bred to him. He can give you a dog for free. It didn't cost a C-section or anything. Dog had the puppies under the porch. But when you came to a breeder, he's already went through all those steps that put a cost on the labor, on the litter from the very beginning. That litter's already worth this before we even see what the pups turned out like. Now, after that, he took the pups to the vet. A lot of people don't even know how to get the pups up to date on the shots because they don't know what shots the pup need or when to deworm because they don't know how to deworm. So the breeder has already took the pup to the vet for you. He paid for that. For each puppy, you could pay $100 for that physical exam and shots and deworm. That's about $100. So he had 10 puppies. That's $1,000 right there. And he already paid the $1,200 for the C-section and then all the costs before. So he's already a few thousand into this litter before you even called. He's already a few thousand into it. And the pups ain't even got their eyes open yet. He got to go back again, So that's the first vet visit. He did that. He got them all took care of. He took care of the mom. He had special whelping rooms that he had to buy to take care of the mom. Had them set up in a special place. And he had to dedicate his time and life to taking care of those puppies until they were old enough to take care of themselves, which is months. That costs money. Whatever heat it took to keep the litter warm or cool, whichever it was, that cost money. He paid for that too. So now you ready to take deposits. He had to go and pay for the paperwork to get the registration. Let's see, what is it? Let me get him down there. Had to pay for the paperwork to get the registration. For me, I always overnight that on top of the other expense. So now I got the paper and registration expense, the mail and FedEx expense. That's another expense that I've incurred. Now I want my dogs to look the best, so I get the ears cropped. Now, depending on where you at in the world, that could cost you $1,200. A cheap spot in the world will cost you $300. Leave that alone, man. Waste of time. So anywhere from $300 to $1,200 to pay for the ear cropping, and you got 6 puppies in the litter. You do the math. So before you even get your pup, I've already done that for you. You don't have to worry about that. And I've done it at the right age. You don't have to worry about doing it at the wrong age. I've done it at the right time, so you don't have to worry about when do I do it. I've done it at the right time for you. So now you got the ear crop price is in that. So it just keeps adding up that if you are a real breeder and you're doing the things that you need to do to ensure that the puppy is a healthy puppy, is going to be expensive. So whenever you come to an actual breeder to get a puppy, be prepared to pay. And it's just not a lot of wiggle room because, like I say, I have expenses that I have to cover to even produce the pup. I have expenses that I had to cover. So you have to be ready to pay that price when you deal with a breeder. Now, just like anything, you get what you pay for. If you don't want to pay the price, you want to wait till your cousin hook you up, you can do that. But you're not going to get the quality dog. And then you going to go Google American Bully and see how much American Bully puppy should cost. And you're going to see it says $5,000 to $10,000. And you're going to think that that's what you're going to get. But no, you didn't do any of those steps that I just told you that you get from being a breeder, buying a pup from a breeder. I mean, on top of that, I'm gonna give you New Vet Plus supplements to start out your pup with, and in order to get new vet, I'm gonna tell you what even makes your dog look better than it does. You all of this, and then you're in my family. So now I'm on call. Whatever you want, whatever you have a question for, you call me. That's what you get when you buy a pup from a breeder. And that's why it's more beneficial to buy a pup from a breeder. If you're trying to be in a business. Now, say you don't go through a breeder, you go through somebody else and you just bought a bully from somebody on the side of the street and they have some papers. Okay, you are in business. But you don't know how that bully's going to turn out in a year, 2 years. You don't know what that bully's going to look like because you don't know any of the genetics, the background, any of the things that went into making a bully and any of the things that meant to making a bully correct after it was born. You don't know any of that. You don't know the conditioning of it. I mean, these pups has already got some training when they leave me. You don't know any of the things that that person is training the dog to do or condition the dog to do. A lot of times people are training the dog to do bad things, not even knowing because they're conditioned by the things that they're doing. So that's what you get when you buy from a breeder. You should get a little bit more peace of mind that you have a healthy, correct, structured, good temperament, good condition puppy. That's what you're supposed to get from a breeder. That's what goes into that price. And if you're not doing all of that and you want to sell your puppies for that price, that's why you're having problems. If you ain't did it by now, you need to come on off the bench for a big win, man. Get you some hard cut. It's on.